Hello everyone, Gebatron here. We're doing some asset testing per specific roles in the game Hell Let Loose, which I think is just a fantastic game. Right now, we're spawned in as the engineer. You can see in the bottom left there, it looks like an M on the bottom. That's the engineer role. Uh, we did a mine placing test earlier and found out that an engineer is only allowed to have 6 anti-personnel mines and 4 anti-tank mines on the map at any one time. Check that video out if you have not yet. Also, another thing we learned is that if you're walking down the road here and you happen to notice these mines, you're like, oh my God, are these friendly or enemy mines? If you hit the T key to bring up the HUD, you will see these white things above them, which just look like the mines. Um, and if those white things are there, that means they're friendly mines and they cannot hurt you. You can walk over them, you know. However, if they are enemy mines, the only way to destroy them is, well, by destroying them. You can't walk up to them like with your wrench here, even if you're an engineer, and you can't dismantle them or disarm them. You have to destroy them by either throwing a grenade. We're an engineer, so we don't have access to grenades in our inventory. But, if you were a rifleman and you saw those and you wanted to throw a grenade at them, you could. But the only way to destroy them, once they've been placed, well, whether they're friendly or enemy, but if they're friendly, you'd want to leave them. Anyway, the only way to destroy them, if they're enemy mines, is to either shoot them or throw a grenade at them. So let's shoot these now. You get a big explosion, and they're no longer on the map. Let's place another one here. As long as they're in a certain radius of an explosion, let's see here. Let's put these. I don't know how far this is in meters. Let's see. I don't know, maybe what, 10 meters? 15? I don't know. I'm not good at meters. Let's shoot this one here. And that explodes. However, it wasn't close enough to have an effect on this other one. So we would have to shoot both of these to destroy them. Sorry, but if they were close enough together, just like these other ones were, it would destroy all of them. So that's something to know when placing mines as an engineer, that you might want to put them far enough so if an enemy destroys one, it doesn't destroy your whole defensive setup. All right, moving on to defensive structures. In order to build defensive structures as an engineer, you have to have supply. Over there you can see we have 100 supply. I spawned in earlier as the support role and placed those supplies. And anywhere within 50 meters of that, 50-meter radius of those supplies, we can place defensive structures, which if you pull your wrench up and click your right mouse button, you can see all of the defensive structures that we have access to. Nodes are a different thing. Those are resource nodes, and you cannot place them in your base sector, which is where we are. In a different video, I'll probably do a different video about nodes, but right now we're just chilling back here. So let's do some defensive structure stuff. You can see barbed wire, we can only place 4 of those, and 30 supply apiece, but let's do sandbag nests. Let's put one on each side of the road here. So I'm going to place this sandbag nest, and it will take 25 supply. So our sandbag nest is down. Let's go back here and hit the T button. And we only have 75 supply back there now instead of 100 because it takes 25 to build a sandbag nest. Let's build another one here. And you can see Now we only have 50 supply. But we are no longer able to build a sandbag nest. It says here, our item limit has been reached. Item limit reached 2 of 2. So, if we dismantle, let's say we go up to um, a caveat here, a caveat, however you say that word, is you have to be an engineer to dismantle defensive structures. Any roll with a wrench can dismantle an anti-tank gun, but only an engineer can dismantle defensive structures. Another thing to note is that you can see back here we only have 50 supply. Dismantling a sandbag nest, which takes a long time, will not give us our 25 supply back. Once you have used that 25 supply or any supply, you can never recover it. It's just used. A support player can put more supplies down, or a commander can do a supply drop so you get fresh supplies. But by dismantling, these sandbag nests, we will not gain 25 supply back. So that's dismantled. We go back here. We look, still only 50. We didn't gain anything back. But we do have the ability now to place another sandbag nest, say in a different spot. Say we wanted it up here. We made a mistake the first time. We want it here, Now we can build it here. So, like with the ammo boxes here, the rifleman, you place a new one down and the old one disappears. Same with like the mines. You can only have 6 anti-personnel mines and 4 anti-tank mines, and the other ones will disappear. That's not the case with defensive structures. It will just say item limit reached 2 of 2. And you have to destroy your old defensive structures if you want to build new defensive structures. If you are switching back and forth with a different role on your squad, you can get more than 2 sandbag nests up. It's 2 per player. So potentially you could have, a lot of sandbag nests in an area, but only 2 per player. I think that's about it as far as that's another thing, I guess. If you don't have enough supplies for something, like here we only have 25 supply now because we've been building stuff, and let's say we want to build a barbed wire long, it says not enough supplies, 25 or 30, but we can build things, that only take 15. So let's build this Belgian gate. We're still allowed to build that. Now we only have 10 supply, and with 10 supply, we're not allowed to build anything. So we would have to get more supply here. Alright, that's, I guess that's shit. Well, that's part 2 of the engineering. Thank you very much for watching.